we're trying this again and hoping for the best. I'm also trying to keep an eye on my frames per second because, yeah, this is really a great start to the stream. Hi, it's Jerry. Having all the tech problems tonight, to not my surprise. Anyway. So, as long as we don't have any more tech problems, our plan tonight is to hopefully finish Find Love or Die Trying. Last we left off, we were going through the third round. Ali has saved us. We found out stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I've already done this. So yeah. Hopefully we can keep up with it this time. Let's see what it says. So. Okay. Trying to keep an eye on the frames per second, I promise. Don't worry about Ali. All I can ask for is a fighting chance, and you gave that to me. Oh, yeah, that really dropped my frame rate. Let me do things real quick. Maybe that will help. I wonder if that actually helped. Don't mention it. Oh, no, it did not. Okay.
I mean, duh. I'm hands down the MVP. Anyway, it's about time I tell you the truth, Cherry. I'm from the Resistance. You can think of us as a covert group of concerned citizens who have a few bones to pick with the world's current management. And there's...
Oh, hi! We got a new follower. Hi, Moon... I can't speak. Moonlitsu. I apologize for all the tech problems we're about to have today. But thank you for following.
And those bones are their nets.
Okay, nope, there it goes. Okay.
Joking aside, we are fighting a war here. That war will be won with information. Information that lives on this island, and only here. There's no way that we could ever find this place, not by conventional means. But then we found out about the show.
And so they sent you here. Is there a reason? I wonder if I change my windowed. Let me see if I change my resolution, if that will help. No, it will not. It's not even helping at all. Okay, well, that's going well. Oh. Oh, wait. Are you actually getting frames back up? Okay, okay. No. No, you're not. Kind of. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on my frame rate before I forget. Yeah, no, okay. Let's try this again, shall we?
Actually, I volunteered. Believe me, the others didn't want me to, but I knew I had to. I was the one with the least to lose.
Ali.
It was pretty easy getting in, all things considered. All I had to do was write a report that labeled me as suspicious of conspiring against the government, take a few cute selfies, boom, I was flown here. too great since then, though. That was when I was a lone wolf. I got you now. And we'll get out of here together. Sound good to you?
Sounds like a plan.
I haven't even told you the plan yet. But since you're so excited, let's get right to it. There's 2 things we need to do. 1, we need to bring the other girls' memories back. We won't be able to get their trust or work with them until we do.
There we go.
And we'll need their help for part 2.
And what's that?
2, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Sounds about right. Okay, 1 second. I'm actually going to get out everything else I don't need right now to see if that helps a little bit too.
Easier said than done, though. It's going to take a hell of a lot of setup and coordination. There's a small army of armed and trained staff tasked with keeping us here, not to mention us sneaking away off the island. I'll figure it out as we go, but for now... How about you go on a date with Scarlet today?
Are we trying to get Scarlet's memories back first so that she can help us out? I'm thinking. I can do that, but how does that relate to us getting out of here?
I'd tell you if I thought you could be a better actor.
Oh, hey, that hurts.
Believe me, you'll know why later. Anyway, let's head back to the mansion. We don't want Cat to start looking for us.
Sounds good to me. You're really something, you know?
That's putting it lightly.
Cherry, there you are. Sorry, I got carried away exploring the island. I've got to be careful around Cat. I know exactly what she's capable of firsthand. Is that so? Well, it's no harm, but you'll have a whole week to explore, you know? You'll get 1 date with each of the girls for the first 5 days. Oh yeah, we're changing this again, aren't we? A little something special for day 6. Oh, I'm actually kind of scared. In the final ceremony where you propose to one of the girls. That sounds like a perfect amount of time to figure out if we're meant to be together. I hope we're being sarcastic, but... You'd be surprised! Anyway, let's get the show on the road. I probably yep, okay. Audio is working. I'm just full of tech problems today. Who do you want to spend today's date with? Scarlet. There's just something about her, you know? I found Scarlet inside the library, the place I'd most often meet her for the first time. She'd always looked so happy when she was reading. It did the heart good to try and make her smile in the same way when I talked to her. We became fast friends again. The similarity of our situations might have played a part in that. Still, I'm not sure why Allie insisted on me going on a date with Scarlet today. Sure, gain her memories back will be a huge win, but... Hey, Scarlet, Cherry. I'm glad you're safe. Things are going crazy out here. Wait, what? Are you really going to try this on us, Cat? What's happening? I know it sounds crazy, but like there's a horde of zombies outside. Wait, not this again. The brothers 5 and a lot of our behind the scenes help went crazy, and... Scarlet, you did this, didn't you? Wait, what? I've been here the whole time with Cherry. I couldn't have. I've never heard of anything like this. Wait, what? It's true. I can vouch for her. We've both been here since our date started. Well, either way, I bet you can create a cure for it. No? I mean, I probably could, but I need my equipment. I'm not sure why, but I can't find it anywhere. Follow me. You can use our lab. We have a lab? We have a lab? Anyway, we followed Kat to the games room. Kat put her hand against the wall of the games room, revealing a hidden trap door. She walked in and beckoned for us to follow. We walked down the spiraling stairs for who knows how long. I lost track for more than a few times. Oh, okay, this lab. So that's where the lab's located. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, honestly. Oh, my internet's really going to do this to me, aren't we? If it's not one thing today, it's another. I guess I'll put this back on then. I was hoping we get safe. There we go. I guess we'll see how the internet goes, huh? I remember this place. You should have everything you need in this room to make a cure. Just don't go snooping around. This lab belongs to R&D, and we could all get in trouble if you do. Actually, this place doesn't have everything I need. What else do you need? To be able to cure, I'm going to need a sample of whatever this is. I need a live specimen. I'm sure you can help with that, Cherry. Please, I'm done with you. You are not using me as bait, you little fucker. You're going to use me as bait, aren't you? Fuck. I've got, some editing that needs my attention. You got this. No, I do not. And just like that, she was gone. Why am I not even surprised anymore? If it makes you feel better, I'll help you catch somebody. You sure? If you're the only one that can make the cure, then it might be better for you to stay back. No, thanks. Well, ain't that helpful. I mean, I know she could help, but I think it might be better for her to stay back, but I don't think she's going to listen. There's no way I'm laying you out there alone. I don't want you to think I'm weird, but I've just got this feeling that I'd be pretty good at collecting unwilling zombie specimens. That is weird, but in this case, she's absolutely correct. Some memories must be intact, even if they're kept below the surface. I can speak, I promise. Well, let's get on with this. We went back up to the surface. Everywhere we looked was overrun by zombies. We wouldn't stand a chance against a group, so we spent the day trying to split them up, as well as searching for lone wolves. Hi, Four! Nice to see you, at least. Brains! Bananas! Not this again. We're in luck. We finally got an isolated sample. How are we supposed to bring him in, though? One bite and we're finished. I've got just the thing. Scarlet... I love this game, but I can see all the grammar issues and I'm like, no. Scarlet pulled out a pair of brass knuckles. Why? Where did you even get that? Is that really important right now? You mind looking the other way for a second? It's embarrassing. Sure, Scarlet. I turned around. Brains! Bananas! I hope your health insurance covers this. I don't think they even have health insurance. Thwack. Once more, with feeling. Feels like this entire run's motto. Are we the bad guys? We dragged him back to the mansion, paying careful attention not to run into any more of the zombies running amok. Scarlet opened the hidden trapdoor in the games room, and I poured Four's unconscious body in. Oh, fuck. My hand slipped, causing Four's body to tumble down the stairs. Oh, I'm so sorry, Four. You kind of don't deserve this. He just kept going and going. I know, I'll get him. Better get him quick, or we're not gonna have a live specimen. Yes, Scarlet. Luckily, I managed to catch him pretty quickly. We put him on the operating table for Scarlet to analyze. Interesting. What's up, Scarlet? This virus, it's pretty clear it's man-made. Even more interesting is that looks like something I would make. Not that I ever made zombie viruses, Cherry. Yes, you have. It's kind of cute how you try to hide it. Cat, you there? Weird. I thought Cat was supposed to be able to hear us from anywhere on the island. Maybe there's no microphones all the way down here. I guess so. I was going to tell her that we've got the cure now. Sweet! Great work, Scarlet! You bet I did. We administered the cure to Four, then went back upstairs together. Cat, you there? What's up, Scarlet? I've been waiting hours for you guys. You two done yet? We've got the cure now. We'll need your people's help to help administer it. We'll be right on it. Lay low for now. We're coming to get you. In the meantime, Cherry, how about you tell me about yourself? It'd be my pleasure. With Cat's help, we managed to quell the zombie plague with just enough time left in the day for a lovely dinner with Scarlet. After that, I went for a night walk with Allie, to somewhere safe from prying eyes.
You should buy a girl dinner first before you murder her in the woods, you know?
I think I found a way to bring the others' memories back.
You found their lab, didn't you?
Pretty much.
Sweet! I wasn't sure how to get back there after they shipped us out of there, so that's a huge win! So where is it?
Oh, hi. I did not mean to do that, but here we are. There's a secret trapdoor in the games room. You just have to press a hidden panel on the wall. That said, how are we supposed to get in without being seen? There's cameras everywhere, and Scarlet and I were only allowed to enter because of the whole pandemic. Words I never wanted to hear again in my life. Oh well.
Don't you worry about that. I got an inside man. We're gonna be helping us override a few cameras and microphones in the mansion with old recordings.
Oh no. 4?
That way we can get in and stay inside long enough to get their memories back without raising any sore fuss.
The brother that we KO'd today, down the stairs.
What's that look for?
I'm surprised he's still standing after today, to be honest.
I wouldn't work with people who go down that easy.
Was 4 always working with you?
No, never till now, but we can't afford to refuse his help. I had him proved he's trustworthy. Don't worry, you can count on him.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, we have everything we need for the first part of the plan.
My mouth decided not today, bitch.
Up for a trip down memory lane together?
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, it's everyone! You guys have got to see this. Trust me.
Allie put her hand against the secret panel. A second later, the wall parts revealed the winding staircase 4 became intimately and repeatedly familiar with. I wonder how. Did Allie prove Ford's trust before or after his little trip on the stairs?
Oh, you guys found my secret spot already. I'm sorry, what? I found this place this morning. I sat near the top of the stairs and played for a little while. It was more fun to play in the dark. Hold me back, Cherry.
No, you do not do this to Tara. Allie, I swear this truce is over if you do what I think you're doing. Allie explained the situation as we walked down the stairs. Sure enough, they were skeptical. Except for Scarlet.
Okay, your story makes a little more sense when you come down here.
We walked towards the machines in a mixture of awe and fear. The markings on this machine. My father's company made these. Why? They didn't. Not my baby. Oh, Scarlet.
I'm sorry, everyone. I wish that what I had to say wasn't true, but it is. I don't know why we're being kept here, why they filmed the show over and over. I know that if we don't escape and fast, they're going to kill us sooner or later. Cherry and I are going to do our very best to make sure all of us get out of here alive. But to do that, I need you to trust me.
Trust you with what?
I need you to trust me enough to step back into the side... Step back into the tanks they kept you in. For us to escape, we need all of us to have our memories back. Otherwise, you won't trust us enough.
I'd have to be quite foolish just to step into this tank because someone said so. Violet. Oh, I messed up. That was Violet. Okay. Violet, you can trust her.
Excuse me?
I know she's telling the truth about this machine. Because I built this.
Allie.
This isn't the first time we've met, is it?
No, it isn't. We've gotten to know each other quite a few times by now.
It's just a strange feeling. On one hand, this is horrible. On the other, I'm glad that the machine works. Maybe one day we'll put it to use the way it should be.
Alright, I'll trust you. We just walked back into the machine? Thank you, Violet. I know it'd be difficult to trust me, so I appreciate it. There's a machine that should have your name on it. Go into it, and then Cherry and I will start the reversal process. I do hope this works.
It should, but it might hurt a bit.
Do spare me from the details, please.
Oh. Scarlet and Violet walk to their respective machines.
I don't really get it. I trust you, Cherry. And besides, I got a thing for big things made out of metal. They're like mecha. I guess?
Okay, making sure that we're not having too many computer problems because my frames just jumped up. Oh, it's because of the internet on that side. Great.
Is this going to hurt?
It is. I'm sorry, Yui.
Don't be, Cherry. I'm happy you wouldn't lie to me. It makes me even more sure to trust you.
Yes, I know, I know.
Here we go, Yui. Let's do this. Alright, they're in their tanks. Let's do this, Cherry.
On it. Oh boy. Even if it was necessary for all of us, their screams from the reversal process were almost more than I could take. Allie and I covered our ears as Violet, Scarlet, Yui, and Tara remembered years of memories in the matter of minutes. After doing all this, we better be getting out of here. Violet, Scarlet, Yui, and Tara stepped out of their tanks after what must have felt like hours to them. Guys, you okay?
This probably isn't the time to mention it, but I made a bet with 4 about what would happen when they got their memories back.
Why is betting with 4 the main theme? I mean, I love it, but why? Anyway. What did you bet?
I'm gonna watch from a safer distance if you don't mind.
If looks could kill, the girls that just got out of the tanks would have killed me several times over. Why? They ran to me yelling and screaming. You 5-tiny little Well, can't say this is what was, this is something that was going to expect to happen. Nice knowing you guys. This was the last stream. These girls are going to kill me. Goodbye. Wait, I can explain. Too late. They were on me like hyenas. Ah!
Now that we've all calmed down, how about we all go over the escape plan? It better be good, Allie. For your sake, Cherry. Out with it, then. Alright, listen up.
Over the next hour, Allie explained her plan from start to finish.
Trust me, it's the best we got.
If this is our plan, we're doomed. At this point, I'm not even surprised. Oh, yep, that sounds about normal. If someone did chat in the stream just so... Oh, no, it's just telling me welcome back to the chat room. I'm not even surprised anymore. Congrats, Cherry. You've made it today, too. You really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet. And that's before we got the zombies involved, believe it or not. Oh, no. I'm glad to hear that. You think you'll choose Scarlet at the end of this? I'm gonna go for too early to say. I figure it's best to make things seem uncertain as I'm a voice actor. I promise I can speak. I figure it's best to make things seem uncertain as possible and not get focused on any one girl. Kat said that getting low ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. If that happened this time, then game over. The only reason we're able to make these moves right now is because Allie's machine glitched out. Who knows if that would ever happen again? There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I like even more? Drama. I mean, they almost killed me, so I hope you get your wish. And what better way to start that fire than with a full day date with another woman? If it ain't broke, so who's it gonna be? Do I actually get to choose?
Have you ever noticed that there's only one room in the mansion that's locked?
Nope, not even a bit. Why is my mouth not moving? Oh, there we go. I cannot speak. Let me just... Okay, that hopefully will be a lot better.
Really? It's right by the games room, and it's not the hidden room. I'm starting to understand why you've been stuck here all this time. I was snooping around that night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it, using the black key that she kept on the key ring in her pocket. It's definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansion as well as on other buildings.
Sounds like a pretty good Sounds like it'd be pretty good to get her hands on that.
Exactly. If you give me that key for even a minute, I can make a mold of it so we can use as a duplicate key.
I can speak. Oh, yep.
I'm betting that would be pretty helpful for us, helping us get out here, to put it lightly.
That's awesome, but when Kat knows her master key going missing...
You're absolutely right, especially if you or I try to take it.
I'm feeling the butt coming.
But it won't be you or I taking it. Tomorrow, ask to take Yui on a date. Let me go get Yui. By the end of tonight, you'll both understand why it has to be you two.
I'd say sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay.
Trust me, Cherry. When have I ever been wrong?
I could list every single date we've been on as evidence.
Those don't count.
Yui. There's just something about her, you know? I'll make it happen. It was the first date since getting all of the girls' memories back. Aww. We went for a walk in the woods, the same date we had when we truly met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, trying out how not to give away what we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick.
It's so nice to see you again, Cherry.
I feel the same way, Yui.
After all this time, it's gotta be fate, hasn't it?
It must be.
To be honest, I feel like little things are going over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast.
Okay, I'm actually going to take a break and see if I can move my camera real quick, so I will be right back. let's try this again, shall we? And see how bad I can mess it up this time. Oh. Welcome to ASMR noises of me trying to move my mic. Congratulations. You're all screwed. Alright.
That show, me and you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving so fast for me to keep up with.
Let me at least, yeah.
But with you, everything feels alright. Like I know everything's gonna be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way?
She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yui. Wait a minute. What about getting the master key?
I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun, bun, bun!
Oh no! We still have Bun Bun Bun, really? Bun 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 darted out of a nearby bush and ran to Yui's side. I'm waiting to see if the frame rate actually really drops. I think frame rate's actually going good, which is good. That's good. That's good.
Who's a good boy? You're a good boy!
She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile.
Almost forgot. Bun, bun, bun. Hunt!
Oh no! Oh boy. Bun 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 left out of her arms, then dashed towards the mansion.
And with that out of the way, how about we walk for a little longer?
What just happened? There we go. Don't mind me, just trying to readjust the camera. Nothing new here. Carry on. Actually, let me also readjust my face. One sec. It's going to be a lot to be back soon, so I'm sorry. We're getting this set. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we? She reached for my hand, then held it tight. I like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took big breaks, we lay next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yui's a lovely girl. At times, I remembered how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. I've got to make sure to get us all out of here safe.
Cherry?
Yeah?
I love you, Cherry. I hope we can spend another day together, just like this. Soon.
I can't wait for that day, Yui.
I'll be counting the days till then.
We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, then went our separate ways. Cherry, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat? You get drunk again or something? I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them. It took everything I had not to laugh. Serves you right. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. made sure that Ford deleted the footage, and that shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. That's good to know. This is the worst run yet. The plan's going along nicely, guys. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I've just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some sleep, or get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beats is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all, Cat. Forest beats affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later, Cherry. Good night, Cherry.
Mission success. I can't believe that worked.
Well, you're the one with a failure of a plan, so, no telling me anything.
How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it.
Which half?
Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's going to take a little longer for makeshift plaster to set.
Where did you get the plaster from, by the way?
Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person.
I'm cool with not knowing.
Anyways, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you'll have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Let's go, team. How about you let the rest of us girls know, Cherry? Forrest disabled the audio recordings in the house at night, so we should be good to talk back up there.
I'll let them know. I walked back up the staircase, back to the mansion. Where are they? Ah! I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. Hey, Violet, how are you?
Goodness. Apologies, Cherry. I didn't see you there.
You seem pretty deep into thoughts. What's on your mind?
Besides to say, hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week. I am worried for the people back home.
Yui has her brothers to worry about, though she tries not to burn anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there. And who knows what happened to them in the last, well, however long we've been trapped here. Sorry, I just heard something. I'm getting distracted easily, nothing new.
I've never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick.
I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet. And they're going to be so happy to see you again.
You're right, Cherry. Oh, there's no way for you could know that for sure, could you?
I guess so, but we've got to believe, right?
I suppose you're right yet once again, Cherry. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny.
What is it, Violet?
I told you I had a twin sister, right?
Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola?
That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. She came in first in just about everything. Well, I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could. But in the end, she was hit before I was. And she died for it.
I'm so sorry, Violet.
Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, for just that one time, I wish I'd come first.
Oh, Violet. Okay, I take back what I said at the beginning of the playthrough. Violet needs a hug. Actually, all these girls need a hug, but Violet definitely needs a hug.
I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's been a...
It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling.
You're kind, Cherry. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You can probably guess how well that went. I wasn't good.
I can speak, I promise.
I wasn't as good at running the business, or appearing prim or proper, or even finding things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. That's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother.
Oh,
I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once.
actually, let me do this and see if that actually helps. I'm gonna have to readjust again. I told you this was going to be a whole stream of me trying to figure everything out, so don't mind me. 1 second. Okay. You know, by now I should actually learn how to use the thing. Alright.
At times, I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how the show developed. Or has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard.
Violet.
Yes?
I held her in my arms tightly. Oh. Let me... Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't mean to shut. Like this. Okay, okay, we got. I promise I know what I'm doing. Oh, no, I do not know what I'm doing. Ah. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers 5 and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of together, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you.
You're too kind. Thank you for the... I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here?
Unfortunately, I haven't. But I'm hoping that the master key we pilfered will help with that.
I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers...
Okay, 1 second again. I keep having problems. Alright, that should hopefully work. Welcome to I Promise I Know How to Work Technology. I do not. Alright, let's try this again, shall we?
My previous offer about finding you help outside here to get your memories back stands.
Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that.
It's the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know? I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise about what's left of the world?
I'm looking forward to that day.
As am I.
We talked for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. It's only up from here. Oh, hi, Allie!
Cherry!
Allie? What are you?
Never mind that. You've got to come down to the lab.
What is it?
We found something, and I know you'll want to see it.
She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. Oh, hi, everyone. The other girls were already there, crowded around the table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on?
I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these.
There are files.
I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you.
Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for Yui, who was already holding hers, and Allie. Weird. There's no file for me there. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. I guess I'm not getting any answers today. What a surprise. Allie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it in one fluid motion.
Interesting.
What is it? Oh.
Allie Major, sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting the sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. Huh. It's good to know this whole get-up was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports?
Oh, so that's why you don't know how to skate, you little. I never seen Allie look so angry.
Let's see. They got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right.
What is it?
They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single round of the show for the past 2 years. What I've done, things I've said in private or with others, they've got notes down here of how, and when I brush my teeth.
I can speak.
how I react differently when they change the show, or tell me different things, or we're nothing but lab rats to them.
It's true. And it's my fault.
What do you mean?
If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this would have happened. You couldn't have known Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. It's not your fault that someone ended up using your invention like this. Okay. We're trying. We are really, really trying. Okay. I probably should wait for this to, like, open up again, but oh well. My file says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology. VC phase, why you being mean to me? Let me reset one more time. I'm trying to get this right, I promise. Let's try this again. Alright, I hope we got it down now. Trying to get used to this is a whole thing. I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible.
Thank goodness.
Wait. I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui. All things considered.
Sorry. I know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us so many times. It feels so violating.
Oh, hi. Didn't notice my frame rate was going around. Woo!
But it's not all that bad. Did I ever tell you why I came on the show, Cherry?
No. Why is that?
I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. To be completely transparent, the reason was money, and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone two brothers and the whole farm. I remember now. It was Kat who reached out to me. She told me if I came onto the show, my brothers and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here and never see them again.
Yui. That's too depressing to think, Yui. We're going to get out of here and see your brothers again, together.
Thanks, Cherry. I like that. I'm curious, Yui. What kind of archetype did they list you as? The girl next door. Damn it. That sounds a lot better than Gaming Gremlin.
Gaming Gremlin! Yes! Yui, Scarlet, Alley, and I laughed. At times like these, having the mood lifter like Terra around was critical. I looked at Violet, who had been silent the whole time. She was trembling. Oh no. Violet, are you...
Please, God, don't let this be true.
Oh no, Violet! Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room.
Nothing is okay, Cherry! It doesn't matter if I get off this island or not! I'm not like you! I have nothing to go back to! No one to stand by me! There's nothing for me either way!
Violet! Wait! She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the lab. I moved to follow her, but Yui stopped me.
I think she might need some alone time, Cherry. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, maybe you should just read it.
Yui handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. It is my understanding that they have recently had a son and want for him to be the next heir after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent the remaining daughter, Violet, to us, full knowing what the show would entail. Oh no, Violet. They've paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yui. I actually feel really bad for Violet, to be honest. There were no words. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but was no use.
Please, just leave me alone, Cherry.
I'm here for you if you want to talk, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. I'm gonna reset one more time, I think? Yeah, I think I'm gonna reset one more time. 1 second. There we go. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could after what happened? And just like that, we're on to day 3. I gotta thank you, Jerry. You're making my job easy. I actually get to spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to help with that, however that works. You alright? You don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful, Cherry. One slip up with Cat and this is all over. I'm good. Thanks, Cat. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui is definitely a contender for the final ceremony, huh? We'll see. I'm not so sure yet. Oh, really? That's a surprise. Well, not my problem. Anyways, who's today's unlucky girl? I'm hoping we ask Violet to help her, but I don't know if that's how it's going to go. So, who should I be asking on a date tomorrow?
Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet.
Oh, yes! She deserves all the hugs.
Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well to get off here, right? I don't think Violet would be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than for a date to make it feel special?
Tara does have a great point.
I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made. That went great.
Oh no.
Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was the zombie. That was not a good idea at all.
Oh, Tara, why? Can I take my vote back?
What do you think, Cherry?
I like the idea. We could kill two birds with one stone. I'm sure there's something that we could do to help us escape that we could only do on a date with Violet.
I got it. Tomorrow you'll be going on a date with Violet. Here's what you gotta do.
Violet. I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make it happen. I do have one small request, though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? Oh no, Cat. I think it will. Then let's hear it. I noticed Violet's been a little down lately, so I want to cheer her up. I heard she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. Let's hope it goes better than the last time.
Oh, hi, Cherry. Why'd you bring me here?
I'm in a bit of a predicament. You see, Oh no! What did we bet against for? I may have made an irresponsible bet.
I did not take you for a gambler.
Well, I'm not. But the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. Oh no. But hey, I've tried the food you made before. I know nobody else could come close to how good you are. So I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name.
You are ridiculous, Cherry.
Violet laughed out loud. There's that smile I like so much. It was nice to see it again.
Are you being serious?
Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them as challenging cooks, some of them as judges, and the rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. think you're up for a challenge?
I am ready to crush the opposition. They will rue the day they challenge me.
That's the Violet I'd like to see.
Anyways, what's the theme of this contest?
I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time.
I do like a challenge. Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities?
Of course, Violet.
Thank you, Cherry. I know why we're doing this, and I appreciate it. Aww. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but I feel happier already knowing you're looking out for me.
I'm glad to hear that. We spent the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes when bad things happen, what you need most is just a semblance of normalcy. Oh, look! It's Team Rocket! By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to face you, Violet, but I will if I have to.
Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle, you have my respect.
Is it too late to change sides? You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers 5, the best chefs on the island.
What's that, too?
What I meant to say was, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. Now we're going to Kissassery.
That's right.
Damn it, bros. You can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, Four. We will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not mean 5. Come at me. Let's brandish our forks against each other. 5, do you have anything to say? Wait, what's happening? Wow, aren't you the smartest crane in the box?
I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers.
Violet raised a hand towards them.
Let us begin.
It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Each cook will cook their version of a mystery dish, a dish that I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant. You must be joking. There's hundreds of people here. How could we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely didn't come up with the rules for this tournament right on the spot.
Liar.
Violet laughed once more. That was enough to keep this charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatball. Why do we pick the plainest dish ever?
Like taking candy from a baby.
Not this again. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what they were doing the first time. Oh God, I think I'm going to faint. One collapsed on the ground.
One down, 4 to go.
Bro! I knew we should have been accountants. Why were we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin! The contestants that were still conscious rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they going to make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. Aren't we very, very hopeful of them? I wanted each of them to cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face, with the biggest smile I'd seen her have all day. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, Ford was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. Why are you using the microwave for? Are you really that dumb? Oh boy. I'm not sure this will be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid out bowls with spaghetti meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you'd miss her finish a whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. You would have thought a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. 5 settled on making about 4.5 bowls? I guess everyone has their own pace. Time's up! It's time to judge. The crowd cheered as they stampeded to the laid out bowls. They were practically salivating. Anyway, after everybody wolfed down bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken. And with a resounding majority, our first ever winner of the Best Chef on the Island in the Middle of Nowhere award is... Violet! The crowd cheered, myself included.
I did it! Me! I did it!
Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in the candy store, just from one look at her. Yep, okay. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I've ever had. Though, if you consider our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know I hide it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro! Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh.
I would love to, you guys.
The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious applause. Violet! 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 Violet!
Oh goodness, you're all too kind.
I put my arm around her and smiled. Oh. Guess you've got a new job now, Violet.
I guess I do.
Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheer getting even louder. Violet! 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 I can't get any louder right now. We laughed together.
I've had so much fun today, Cherry. Thanks to you.
Care to join? Oh.
Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up?
I wouldn't miss it for anything, or for the world.
The world would pale in comparison. Hey!
She reached out her hand to mine, and I held hers tight in return. Hey, Violet. You really gave him a great show today, you know?
I couldn't have done that without you, my ever so charming television host.
We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean.
Really, I'm so grateful to you, Cherry.
Oh, that's just me being weird. Don't mind me.
Last night, lying out what my parents did, that was the lowest point I've ever been to.
I held her hand even tighter.
Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end. But today, you helped me remember that even without them, I've still got me. And I like me quite a bit.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's really cute though. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you.
With you.
Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, sorry. Let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if I was with you. And when we get out of here, I do hope you join me for that cruise.
She kissed me again. It felt like magic. Violet, She put her finger against my lips.
Shh. I know it's not quite time for this conversation yet. But please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk for just a little longer? I don't want this to end.
I'd walk with you for as long as you want to, Violet. We can walk until the sun comes up. We can talk about anything and everything. So, how about we start with playing our cruise together? We're really wanting that cruise, don't we?
That would be lovely.
We walked together until the dead of night. It was nothing less than magical. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it.
Hope you two enjoyed your date today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get this show on the road.
Allie took out the master key from her pocket, spanned around the ring with her finger, and then put it in the locked door.
And we're in.
She turned the lock, then pulled the door open.
Whoa, the door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Oh man, not another staircase. They would have saved so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, would it? Secret sneak it. It's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point.
Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long as the one to the lab. We'd been walking down the steps for only a few minutes when we saw where they led.
This has to be it.
What's it?
A little while back, Kat told me that all the information on the island was stored in books. They didn't use anything digital or with the internet.
I think I remember that too.
Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. And I think we just found a way into their closets. Skeletons and all. Sounds like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information here could change the tide of war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. But there's more than that, too.
What do you mean?
My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's the computer. That was the real reason I came here. The whole reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if... Allie...
Yui ran to Allie's side and hugged her tightly.
It's going to be okay. You believe in me, right?
She took deep breaths.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks, Yui. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I looked to Violet as Allie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required.
Well, I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not giving up just yet, though.
She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked.
Damn it. I bet only Damien or Kat know this, and there's no way we could just ask them.
Silence fell upon the room.
It can't end like this. It just can't. I've got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I have better ideas than that. What I mean to say is that I think I have a way to crack the code. I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the password.
Oh, Tara.
It would take time, but usually if it locked me out after so many attempts, but eventually I get the password. Though there's no guarantee we get the answer before the show is over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had.
Allie ran over to Tara and hugged her tightly.
Thank you. You're awesome, Lil-U. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try to figure out what the password would be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? Oh! I have our escape plan!
She took out the master key and held it for us to see.
There's a hidden hangar right down by the beach, just a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have this key and we know that it works, we can use it to disable the hangar's security, command the airplane, and then fly the hell out here.
Yes! We practically jumped for joy. I can't believe it. We're almost out here.
It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting anywhere tonight, least of all off the ground. But if there's clear skies tomorrow night, that's where we'll be. What about the computer? Don't you need to crack it before we go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case. But honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I've decided that it's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. No, I won't accept it.
Oh, Yui.
If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my brothers, and I just gave up looking for them? I'd regret it forever, and I know you would too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. Yui speaks for us too. To have family that you really care about, and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that.
We're not going anywhere till we crack that code, even if it takes us till the last day.
You guys... No, I can't allow it. I can't take that chance with your lives. I'm not backing down on this. What do you think, Cherry?
We need to take this chance, Allie. Oh, I think you need this.
Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god. Best of the best. I'm going to have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much, really. Why are you thanking all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code and shit.
We laughed together, something that I thought might have been impossible after all the initial bad news. We're in this together, and we're getting out together. Aww. No one gets left behind. After we called it a night, I laid in bed deep in thought. Who would have thought I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night? We got this.
Cherry, one more thing before you turn into tonight.
What's up, Tara?
I got caught up in the heat of the moment earlier, and...
Oh, no.
I got no idea
No, I do not like where this is going.
how to do this because I remembered that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying I'm in and...
I practically flew out of bed. Thank God it was just a nightmare. What does it take to get a good night's sleep on the Killer Dane show? Come on. Okay, there we go. What are you smiling about? It feels like things are going my way lately. Yesterday's date with Violet still has me feeling giddy as a little kid. It's almost like there's perks to being on a Killer Dane show. Well, don't get too comfortable. You've still got a few days left, and then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. You cost too much to keep around. Hey! Anyway, the million-dollar question. Who's today's lucky girl? That be... So tomorrow, it's going to be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara.
But doesn't Tara need time to crack the code? I already finished making the code breaker. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're both done with our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why's that? I don't know, you're some super spy from some super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, Yui, I'm going to need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance.
You bet.
I'll help however I can. Oh, sweet. Alright, right. Cherry.
What's up?
I didn't just build a codebreaker, I built a game that works with it too.
What do you mean? She handed me her console.
I just whipped it up real quick. It looks like a code-breaking game, but really, it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Makes sense.
Amazing. I can't believe you whipped up something so fast.
It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all my screen time was a waste of time.
I love how this is how she describes it.
Anyway, I figured we could play this game here and there during our date, try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously, not for the whole date, because rains and all, but as much as we can.
Sounds good to me, Tara.
I'm a genius, Cherry.
She cackled maniacally. You are. I'd like to spend today with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Try not to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what the viewers want in a primetime slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take that. Sorry, Kat. That's pretty much the plan.
Hey, Cherry, you up to play some games?
I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other...
Games it is then. Sweet.
There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in Games Room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Even if Tara and I never went on any crazy adventures like I did with Allie, it didn't make her moments with her any less special. If I forget we're trying to hack into some confidential database, this really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about
Tara is the best?
It's worth a shot. No, doesn't work.
The nerve of them. Tara rules.
That's a miss.
Was the T capitalized? Maybe add a 0, 1, 2, 3 at the end of it?
Thank goodness we have a codebreaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's get Kat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Oh no.
Good God, Cherry! Why the sun? Go on without me.
I love that they still have the emoji. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess you're right.
For a few more rounds of that game we just played.
Sure.
How about Damien Black sucks?
Nope, doesn't work.
Cat Black sucks?
Not that either.
How about Cherry?
Oh, come on now, you're just guessing.
Like I wasn't before.
Well, I'll try it. Wait, what? The two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights.
What?
We cheered as if our favorite team just won at sporting events. Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. Why would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense.
My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight.
I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough of games for today.
I never thought I'd hear you say that, Dara.
And full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Awesome, let's go!
We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Tara was still a lot of fun.
And we're in.
The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding.
Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called homework? Whoa, that's definitely a porn folder name.
Tara was about to open it until Allie intervened. Thank you, Allie.
Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a second. Sure. Let's see.
Allie started going through folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Allie and Tara the space they needed. Seems like it's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Allie, especially if we couldn't get to the computer, but it looks like we got it after all.
It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So, what's the first thing you're going to do when we're out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it!
I'm going to get straight back to helping people the way I know best. Nothing's changed in that regard. Aww, Scarlet.
That is a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor and make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay?
I mean, it's not like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. Oh,
I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not quite sure what I will be doing after. That's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun of life. Just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so.
Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Oh, hi, guys!
Guess who's back, bitch? What Tara wants to say is, we did it. I got everything to help turn back the tide of war, and I know where my family is. And they're alive!
I never seen Allie so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Ooh.
That's fantastic!
That's such a relief.
I'm so happy for you, Allie. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough.
She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around in her right hand.
You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet's the best thing ever.
Oh, that's a new one.
I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here.
After you, Allie. Oh, we're finally escaping! Ah! We followed Allie out of the mansion, through the forest, into the hangar.
Whoa, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you. It's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about now.
Allie pulled out the master key and swirled it in her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. Oh no. No! We're so close! She She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge.
I don't understand. I've seen this cat use this key everywhere, including here. He must have changed the locks. Does this mean we're stuck here? I don't...
It was rare that Allie tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated.
I don't know.
An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us?
No, we are not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes. But getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever you went on the third date with Cherry, you would fly in a plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane was you two, just like you tried to do something crazy and drag in Cherry. I can't repeat that. That was definitely us.
How we never died on those plane rides, I never know.
That means the staff don't mind if you take a plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the tea temporarily. We'd still be able to get in the plane. It just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we'd still have a chance. Exactly. The rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach to avoid suspicion. Then, when you get the chance, we run over, you pick us up, and we get out here. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out anyway.
I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this.
We'd be in a tight spot without you. It is a team effort. Without each of us here, we would be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself, I'm sure I can get out here on my own.
No, not when you're afraid of this outdoors, Tara.
You would shut down the second you reach the beach, Tara. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work.
We laughed together. The mood was infinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though. We weren't giving up. We weren't giving up on getting out here. It all ends tomorrow. What do you know, Cherry? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a date with Allie will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. Every time. The dirty work. How about you go find her, spend some time together while we set up things for you? Sounds like a plan, Kat. Let's see. Oh, looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. The don't do anything I wouldn't do. Wow. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. I waved to Kat as I went on my way. Just as Kat said, Allie was by the beach. She was looking at the ocean.
Morning, Allie. Cherry, it's always nice to see you.
The difference between Allie's voice during the day and night was like day and night. Are we going to stay down? Okay, we're going to stay down, so that's good. Oh, maybe? Okay. Oh!
I know it's like on top to our previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot.
I'm looking forward to it, Allie.
You better be. We've been saving the best for last.
She reached for my hand.
Oh. Walk with me?
I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. Two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. So what will you be doing after the show's over?
First thing I'm going to do is say hi to my family again. And make them a nice dinner. I'm sure that they've gone sick with worry in the week since I've been gone.
I wonder what they are thinking now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury.
Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on.
She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come to the forest and get the hanger, but she made it seem so spontaneous.
You're going to love it.
Oh no, this isn't good. I saw it the same moment she did. It was all we could do was stand and watch.
No.
She staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? Oh my. Fuck. The hanger was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step towards the hanger without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words. And in front of all those flames was her, walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just know it was her. Sorry, Allie. Cherry. There's been a small change in plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snags with the hanger. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. I can't. I want to attack her so bad.
Let me attack her, game.
I can't, or I'll be killed. And not just me, but everyone else. I told myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me. Took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Kat might be able to read my face and see that.
Sounds fine to me, Kat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened?
We're still looking into it. Either way, there's nothing we can do. Oh.
Either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else, Cherry?
She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at me? Of course, Allie. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on a performance of a lifetime. Through our faces were all smiles and laughter. We knew, now more than ever, that we were trapped in Kat's macabre puppet show. And Kat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did Four give us away? Should we have ever trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking, and the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what would we even do? There's no way we can escape. Our last chance died with the hanger. Should I just make a break for it? No, I never make it, and the others would suffer for my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good, Cherry. I've been better, Kat. It hasn't exactly been sunshine and rainbows today. You really aren't much for acting, are you, Cherry? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. It was all I could do was stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try and find a way out. I mean, of course I know. I'm the reason why you got this far. Wait, what? What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save us all time. We walked to the locked room near the games room. She took out her master key and spun it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, cats.
How about two? First, your inside man was never for, it was me. Wait, what? I mean, come on, he wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only have ever had a chance to escape this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie, those tanks never just bug out.
You're the one who let me out of my tank?
The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words, and I was no different. What do you want, cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. I don't know if we can trust her, considering the last time that we added her into an escape plan, she backstabbed us pretty much. What? Do I have something in my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Hell no, we can't trust you! I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even five
girls isn't enough? Unbelievable.
And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back.
Is that true, Cat?
I'm ashamed to say it is. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Cherry. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Because there was someone I needed to save. I'm seeing if the thing goes down a little bit. Okay, no, yes. Okay, I think we should be okay. Hopefully. No, yes. It's dancing around 20, so we're doing a lot better. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way out of here? You're lucky I did, Cherry. If you'd actually flown this plan, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now.
What do you mean?
It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people on the show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build a hangar in the plane.
It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go.
Exactly. I've told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane or take the boat outside of this island. If you did, you'd have blown up like the fireworks. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was a little more than flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is that you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier.
What barrier?
Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me in my escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies, let's discuss first. Cat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do.
Can we really trust her? This might be just another trap. It's not like it'd be the first I heard you fall into, Cherry.
You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she's done her terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You alright, Allie?
I'm fine. Just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts.
She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something.
You're right, Cherry.
And as much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Cat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. but we'll need to keep an eye on her.
I can say it by myself. Alright, Cat, if you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions.
Oh no. Ask away.
What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over?
As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air. Shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up.
You're monsters, you know that?
I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie.
Continue.
Before we air each show, we test them internally on the test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but if it wasn't efficient. But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show as they remembered previous versions that would influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives were really in danger. But the memory writer would change that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if it were the first time for all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, well, I was generally afraid for my life. It's sickening. We were silent for a while.
If you've been testing this show for this long, when's the real thing?
There is no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien's willing to spend on the show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know, Damien, and I've said that we let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry. I've waited this long to try and help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here. I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you want to, you could report us right now. That's true, and my wood would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together.
Then it's a deal.
Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore, and we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on... Oh.
Are there no other planes on the island? A boat would be far slower.
Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island, which performs 2 functions. First, it renders us invisible to the satellite, the reason why your people couldn't find us, Allie. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside the barrier, you'll get fried unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat.
I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded.
Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for.
That
still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, and not even 10 of us.
Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Well, I have to admit, it's a little crazy.
I like the sound of that.
If it involves zombies again, I'm out.
Yui explained her plan to us, with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe.
Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we'll just have to amount the time we need.
This just might work, Yui.
You're a mad genius!
It's crazier than anything I'd imagined, and crazy enough to work.
Let's get to work. Wait, were we even listening to the same plan?
Aww. The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Violet's plan. But Cat stayed. Our business wasn't just finished yet. What's up? I want to trust you, Cat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done before. The only thing I can say to try and make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Cherry. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out there for me. You never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you'll never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat, and more. And yet, somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Violet's plan either way. I'll trust you, Cat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? I've gotten to know you over these past years. Not more for a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody and... You finished? I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I was never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet, you did it over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Cherry. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. As if something's on the tip of my tongue, but I barely can't just grasp it. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff and said, thank you for all your hard work, party. Aww. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything to help prepare for it. Sims. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so that they could get her to notice them. And she knew it. to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Okay, I see what's going on. Tara uses Cat Producer Room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on a charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. Then it was time for Scarlet to switch her other mission. Allie took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here?
You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too.
Perfect. Everybody's eating.
As they should have. It is fine food.
Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. Oh no! A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting to the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder.
And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie.
We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky.
Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright?
Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend the night tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. Whew. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great.
That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise...
Oh, there she go. Oh, Allie picked Tara over her shoulder.
And away we go!
Come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I'd like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. Oh, the wait's actually kind of unbearable. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual.
You think they're on us?
No, it'll be just a little longer.
It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead.
All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess we're... It's here. Cat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge, despite how far it was. It must have been massive from us close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Kat, it's how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed into our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped under the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening the door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open. More footsteps, a short pause. Footsteps again, a door would close. Repeat. Over and over, closer and closer, till it got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell that there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on. She could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're onto me. I can't help but ball up the fist in my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs.
That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby.
Wait, where's Tara?
I'll go check on her.
As if on cue, Tara came running down. Oh, there's my heart attack.
I'm good. Don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now.
I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we might have just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Oh, we went through all the trouble preparing such a big party for all the staff. It would be such a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no. You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Are we doing zombies again? Are they zombies again? Brains! And there it goes. Bananas. Brains. Grrr. Grrr. Brains. Accounting should have. Grrr. Hundreds of zombies littered the field. Yes. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. That's actually the best line I've heard from this whole game. You better be glad you did. I don't know if we are or not.
Now that I think about it, couldn't we have just put a sleeping agent or something like that in?
There's the fun in that. Tara, no.
Well, we still have to go past them to get to the boat, right?
Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something's about that rubs me around the way. I wonder why. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we got off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few months later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys, wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with, and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what, Cherry? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way! It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Oh no. Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it! Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me by now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never been able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get now why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that, and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez! We can talk more later, if you like. In the meantime, this boat's fixed. Nice! Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. I'm trying not to be too cheerful in case something just decides, oh, surprise. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this.
We're finally getting out here. It is hard to believe, but it's true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you.
There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. Yep, there it is. I'm not even surprised. The intercom rang out. It's Damien, isn't it? Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard the voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it! Damien. Ding, ding, ding. Guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's gotta win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud of the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming Cherry and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know. After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat, and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that's just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean, all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from the circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him. It looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this, and you'll be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've gotten rid of all of our security. But that switch is only going to work if you have 2 people's handprints with the producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Kit Kat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I'd seen shot with before. Oh, don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence.
Our hands are tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello, he's got a gun. He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him.
We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us.
I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We got an ass to kick.
Violet actually just said that. Holy fuck. No, not exactly what Damien wants you to do.
The turning around part or the ass kicking?
Both. I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Cherry and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who could do anything about it. Oh! Do I have some relation to the show then?
What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien...
I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Cherry, are you ready to run?
I won't allow it! There's no way we're letting Cherry go back there without us. You said it, sister.
I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core. But Kat's right. Kat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before, countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I can't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Kat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm prey resistant. Touché. Before you came onto the show, you were a producer, just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it with. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but you. Meaning you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there, after all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day, he got closer and closer to figuring out, until I knew we couldn't stay away any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean, you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out, right when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you to would. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are the technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though. I doubt he'll let us use it that easy. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. My footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her master key and slid into a hidden socket in the wall behind one of the tanks. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light and... applause. Welcome, welcome, you finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on the center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes, and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't even see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the scenes. We wanted to have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Aw man, you couldn't even bring back the others. You're no fun. You've just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and a board? You gave Cherry a nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on his shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game. Understand? Loud and clear. And let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Cherry! You okay? I'll live. Don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working. But why? He's reloading. Come on! We dashed out from behind the wall and ran past Damien, desperately looking for the switch and then for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn! Looks like they're fake too. How's yours looking? Took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. The second one, Kat realized it was the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Oh no! Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck! How come he gets that fucking hand cannon? The budget's gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further down the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hidden it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on screens above the arena. Congrats! You found the switch! It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit, even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. You know, I'm not even surprised. And I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she's just seen a ghost. Kat, Cherry, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened and call it rap on find love or die trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can't even guarantee I'm telling the truth, because this is airing live to the world right now. People bound get in line because I tell them the truth. Because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know. Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that the mind mirrored hers. Cherry, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me? I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me, if you think I'm lame, and I get it. If you don't trust me... She closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please, just make it quick. Oh no! The gun in my hands have never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are just lost to me? I'm going to save here in case. Just because I have a feeling I might get the wrong answer. I got no chime. I have to choose. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done. After everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. But I know there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Cherry. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decide to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hit with the same poker pace she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover and looked around and repeated. How much time has passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. Oh. I glanced around, then looked back to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking the corner ahead for us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her, with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run. Something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship, wouldn't start. That's it then. I never heard Kat sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing that we can do, Cherry. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We've at least got some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. I'm going to get my cord because apparently, how I'm using my stream deck is dying. Am I surprised? No. Come on, Yellow. Alright. Come on. Almost. Alright. Oh, come on, Yellow. There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. I just want to finish this tonight, so... Alright. Me? I'm just nobody. But you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Cherry. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looks like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know. And I'm sorry. Oh, so that's what happened. No, that's actually much better. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. And now, Wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have so loved you, even without them. I back at you, Cat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Cherry. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Just let me take it out to safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound. One last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our pet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the pet. I can see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly. Too fast to tell if I've been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try and stay conscious. It's as you said, Father. Anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You've made your old man very, very proud. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Cherry, you're in luck. See, the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a way comment back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. New opportunities just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Cherry anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like Cherry much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Cat, I love you. Always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality. I've almost reached Cat. I pushed myself to run faster and faster, faster than I've ever ran in my life. Cat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points at his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Cat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Cat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you, over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know. Nope. I run past Cat and throw myself in front of her. I don't know, because I love her. Oh, a gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning instead of flame. Oh, he fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. Oh no, it's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Cat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Wake up, Cherry. Oh no! Please, please, don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I'd never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again! It took everything I had to open my eyes and breathe. Oh, Cat is cradling her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God. Don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Cat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? I did. That's great. The switch. We should be able to get it out, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like. I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There's nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second these past 2 years. That day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop! You're going to get yourself killed. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step back towards the switch. I told myself back then. She stopped forward again. Her legs were trembling. But if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Oh, another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch's in sight. Maybe that you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it yet so far. I like to believe it's sleep, Cherry. That you're still the same Cherry that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We're here. We made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left to do is to pull the switch. Sorry, Cherry. I'm going to have to put you down for a second. No problem. Cat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. Oh, no! The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must have been the barrier opening. We did it, Cherry. I'm sorry, Cherry. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know. I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out there. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Cherry. Always have, always will. For these last few years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together, somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, Cherry, we... Cat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down both of her eyes. My vision blurred even more as the tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move close to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw that what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be... Okay, 1 second, I'm sorry. I was not expecting this much emotional hurt. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there was more to come to my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Cat. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I try to get up. Oh, fuck! I look down at my body. I've been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive.
Cherry, you're up!
Hey, Where are we?
We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now.
That's a relief. Everyone's okay?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Yui ran off, then came back a few months later.
You had us worried, Cherry. I'm so glad to see you're alright.
You didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. Always, every time. I'm thankful that it just worked. It's so good to see you safe and sound, Cherry.
If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you.
I'd love to see you do that when I'm already dead.
I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that too. You did great, Cherry.
I'm going to turn myself up because I know I'm getting really low.
The Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it looks like you don't have a real job anymore, huh?
Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your name to save Cat and I could never thank you enough.
It's what you would do for us, Cherry. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you left. There's no point of us escaping if it wasn't for you, Cherry. Yeah, I know Kat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good.
We managed to save the brothers 5 too.
I couldn't just let them be stranded after all that we've been through together.
Glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Kat...
Kat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you wanted to see her.
I see. Thanks for letting me know, Yui.
I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Chera say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook.
It's so good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together.
You bet! I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Cherry. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute. If everyone's here and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat?
We couldn't have done that. Oh my god. Everyone looked at Tara. Why? No!
And that's a series exit for Terabyte.
Tara! When she ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it's been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear. Just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Cherry some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use the zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you everybody for coming to see me.
Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later, Cherry.
Alright. Enough with the cheese. Get out before Cherry turns... before Cherry needs rest. Yes. And with that, I was alone. Phew. I thought they would never leave. Hey, Scarlet. What's up? Nothing. I just... She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot. For good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just want to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So, thank you again, Cherry. Today's the day where you would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. That kind of decision takes some time to think over, so I figured you need a little space. Thanks, Scarlet. You're right. It's my pleasure. Ah. She kissed me on the cheek. Okay, yeah, nope, it doesn't work. I tried. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I know I have to make. They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky to be with any one of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. Is it a life of excitement with Allie? A life of rediscovery with Scarlet? A life enjoying the simple things with Yui? A life challenging our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Terra? And then I just knew. I got up from the bed. Why couldn't we just have a happy Polly? That would have been made this a lot better. I know that probably ain't happening, but... I walked to the door of my room and looked for a room next to mine. There. I looked through the window, and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey, Cherry. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, the girls are hoping you'll ask one of them out today. They'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat, and only you. You've been there for me from even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could have ever gotten off this island, or anyone else could have, if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you. Kat. Her face! Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that would never happen, because it was too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes! 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 I love you, Kat. I love you too, Jerry. More than you could ever know. Wherever lights takes you is where I'll go. We held each other's close and kissed for the first time in years. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love, the day I proposed to her for the first time. And now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Kat. I love you. Oh. Okay, that was a trip. But I'm actually really excited we play this, even though you all probably saw me break down. That will not be the last time. But I'm really excited we play this. This was actually really fun. Oh, Kevin. Oh, it's probably Commons. I was going to say Kevin McQuad. Oh. Oh. Why is my thing being stupid? I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm going to let the credits roll just so that I can. Oh, I don't think credits are going to be that long anyway. Alright. Wow. That was a trip then, but we are finally done. So that means this week we're going to start Your Turn to Die and Kingdom Hearts, hopefully. As long as everything goes well. Thank you for listening to my crying. I need to have some therapy. And I have a date with my bed. I will see you all later. Bye!